Hey there, I'm Chef Ani, and today we are going to be making a tremendous eggplant parmesan. Now, eggplant parmesan is probably my dad's favorite dish. He loves eggplant parmesan and asks for it every chance he gets. So today we will be making a fantastic version. I love eggplant parmesan too, especially when it's done right and vegan. So enough talking, let's get cooking. Okay, so we are going to get started by preparing our eggplant. These are rinsed, and aren't they cute? They're little baby eggplant. I love these. But of course you can use adult eggplant, but I like to use the baby because it gives such a good flavor, especially if I can find them in the store. Then I will love to use these. So we're going to cut our eggplant pretty thinly, about 1/4 inch in thickness. They actually call eggplant aubergine in certain parts of the world, which I think sounds a lot fancier than eggplant. Aubergine? Doesn't that sound good?
That sounds so sophisticated, doesn't it?
I know, right? Now, if you remember back to a little while ago, we made eggplant parmesan sticks, which I love those. And one of the things that we did with that is that we prepare the eggplant by sprinkling with some salt, and this helped release some of the moisture and take away some of the bitterness of the eggplant. So that is a really good trick with eggplant, which we're going to do today as well with this eggplant. Spreading out our eggplant, sprinkle with some salt, and we are going to set these aside for a few minutes. So while our eggplant is resting to the side, mix together our little coating, the Parmesan coating that we're going to put and bread everything with. Starting with some beautiful vegan Parmesan cheese. Now, a little while ago, we made a vegan Parmesan cheese on this channel. So I have a whole video that I dedicate to just that. And I will make sure to put a link either up in the eye in the corner of your screen or down below. There'll be a link to that video where you can watch the whole process and get the detailed recipe. But today, to save time because we're all busy, I had this already in my freezer. So you can make a whole bunch of this and then put it in your freezer, and then when you want to make eggplant parmesan or sprinkle it on pasta or whatever, you have it ready. It's in your freezer. And it is so super easy to make. I also have some panko. Now, I've had people tell me that I'm not pronouncing it right, but then I thought about it and I was like, how would you guys know what it is if I didn't pronounce it wrong? So apparently it's panko or something like that. Panko something. In this house, we call it panko. So please forgive me if you're one of the people who knows how to correctly pronounce it. Now we're going to add some seasonings to this. I have some dried parsley here. We're adding so much flavor with some oregano, some basil. This is fresh basil actually from our garden, which we freeze dried. But you can just use dried basil. That will be really good too. This was the first year that we tried freeze drying basil. It worked really well, didn't it?
It sure did.
And you can see it has such a bright color and everything. Next, we're going to add some garlic powder. A little cayenne pepper. Now this isn't spicy, it just adds to the flavor. And some salt. Look at this work of art here. Isn't that spectacular?
That is absolutely spectacular.
It looks like one of those, those sand art things that you did as a kid, where you have all those different, I love doing that. Anyway, you get the little sand and you put it in and then you take the stick and you make all these patterns. You know that? Yeah. This is what it looks like, except you can eat this one.
Preferably with something else.
Just eat it like that. Okay, so I got a little sidetracked looking at some sand art. Look at what I found. The talent of some people. When I was talking about sand art, this isn't the caliber that I was thinking, but pretty impressive. Anyway, okay, back to the video. So we're setting this aside now, and we're going to move on to our batter. And we're going to simply make a batter with some flour and water. And this is going to help this Parmesan mixture stick to our eggplant. And you want it to be a batter and not clay. Like this is clay. So we're gonna add more water. You want it to be the consistency of like a pancake batter. So our eggplant has now been sitting for a while, and as you can see, it has released quite a bit of liquid. The next thing we're going to do is to take a paper towel and just pat out the extra liquid. So we have our assembly line here. We have our eggplant, our flour and water batter mixture, and then our Parmesan mixture at the end. And what we're going to do is just take each eggplant piece, make sure that it's nicely coated in our flour and water batter, and then transfer it to a baking sheet tray like that. And now we pop it into the oven to bake. Okay, so our eggplant has come out of the oven. Look at it, doesn't that look so good? You know what, I like to eat them just like this. I have often just eaten them right off the tray like this because they're so good. So the next thing we're going to do is to assemble our dish. So I'm just going to take a little bit of tomato sauce. Now this recipe for marinara sauce I have on my website. I also have a video that I made making it not too long ago. So if you would like to see that video, it will either be in the eye at the top of your screen, or I'll put a link down below. And we're going to put a little dollop of tomato sauce on each one of them. And then we stack another layer and then put some tomato sauce. I like to top this dish off with some vegan cheese. You can use your favorite vegan cheese. Today I'm using a homemade version, which the recipe will be up on my website shortly. And we're just going to put this in the oven for a few minutes. Our eggplant has come out of the oven, and the last thing we're going to do is to just sprinkle with some fresh basil. Doesn't this look amazing? I'm actually going to wait to eat this until I can eat it with my dad. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to join me in this adventure to eat healthier, one recipe at a time. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday with another video.